Okay, so in this video, we are gonna learn how to find slope on a graph, on a table, and then also using ordered pairs. So we already learned a little bit out on a graph, but we're also gonna be learning how to put this stuff into an equation, which is up here. Our equation we're putting everything into is y equals mx plus b. In this scenario, m represents our slope, and then b is our y-intercept. And a y-intercept is where we are crossing the y-axis. Intercept sounds like intersect, so it's where our line is intersecting or crossing the y-axis. In class, we learned slope is equal to rise over run. So how far up and down we go, how far left and right we go. So now we're going to take this graph here. I need to pick 2 points. Luckily, this one gives me some good ones. So I'm going to pick 2 of these points, and I am just going to do rise over run. So I'm going to make the triangle like we've been learning. And then I'm just going to see how many boxes this is going up. Now, I already looked at my scale. 2 boxes is equal to, or the number 2 is 2 boxes. So that means 1 box would be equal 1. Make sure you are always looking at your scale because that is going to help you. So I know each box is worth 1, so I can just count how many boxes I went up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I went up 6, and then I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, over 4. So my rise over run is 6 over 4. Now, when we're doing slope, I want us to simplify this. I can divide both these numbers by 2. So my real slope is 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. That's the slope we're using. Now, when we're putting things into this y equals mx plus b form, we also need our y-intercept. So I need to find what b equals. So again, a y-intercept is where we are crossing the y-axis. Our y-axis, I'm going to do a different color here. Our y-axis is always this bolded vertical line. On this one, it's this bolded vertical line right here. Okay, so that's our y-axis. I want to see where is my line, my blue line, crossing that axis. Well, in this case, if I look, it is crossing at 0, 0. So it crosses at the ordered pair 0, 0. When we're looking at an ordered pair, we have our x value first and then our y value, x then y. So since my y value is 0, that's where I cross the y-axis at. So that means my b value or y-intercept is 0. So now I just have to plug all this into an equation. Y equals mx plus b. So this is called slope-intercept form. And it's called that because the only things that change are your slope and your y-intercept. Your y and your x are always staying the same. So let's start writing out this formula. Y equals. Now, instead of putting m, I'm going to put the slope that I found, which is 3 over 2. So y equals 3 over 2. Again, x is staying the same, plus b. But I know b now. So instead of b, I'm going to put 0. So plus 0. That is my line's formula. That is that's the equation of this line. Now, we're going to do this again, but this line's a little different because you see this line from left to right goes uphill. It's like we're riding a bike uphill. This one goes downhill, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that with our slope. So again, it gives us pretty solid points here. So there and there. I just need to see how far up I'm going, how far over I'm going. So I go up, we're going to make the lines. I go up 1, 2, 3 boxes. And then I go over 1 box. So my slope is 3 over 1. Now, we notice this is going downhill. That means we actually have a negative slope. So this slope is actually negative 3 over 1. Not positive 3 over 1 because positive would indicate it's going uphill. We're going downhill, so it's negative 3 over 1. Now I need to find my y-intercept or my b value, so b equals. And then I look at my graph. When we look, it is crossing at 6. So that means I am going to put 6 there because it crosses the y-axis at 6. So now I got to put it into y equals mx plus b. So y equals negative 3 over 1x plus 6. That's your equation for this graph here. That's the equation of this blue line. All right, so now if we are doing this on a table, it's going to be slightly different. Because a table, I can't count, I'm going up 5 and over 3. I don't have a graph to look at yet. So to do this, we use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So now on this table, I just want to pick 2 points. So I'm going to use these ones here. And it's in the order. So let's go y2, y1, because this one's second, this one's first. And then this x is second, so x2, and then we'll say this one's x1. So now I just need to plug these numbers into this equation. So I said my y2 was 8, so I'm going to go 8 minus. I said my y1 was 4, so 8 minus 4 over x2 was 0, and then x1 was -1, so minus a -1. Now, we just do the math. 8 minus 4 is 4. 1 minus a -0. When we are subtracting a negative, that is the same as saying add. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So 4 over 1 is my slope. Now, again, we don't have a graph to look at our y-intercept to find out where we cross, but we can use our coordinates if they're given to us, if we are given the right coordinates. On this one, we are given the right coordinates. So if we look at this, when my x is at 0, so I've not moved left or right at all, my y-intercept is at 6. So this coordinate will be 0, 6. So I need to find on my table where my x is 0 and my y. So on here, my x is 0, my y is 8. So that means my y-intercept is 8. Now I just put it into an equation. Y equals 4 over 1x plus 8. Finally, we are doing this with just individual points. With individual points, we are going to do the exact same equation that we did with the table. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So to do that, I'm going to start by labeling my points just so I don't get them mixed up. x1, y1, x2, y2. Now, let's write our equation just so we have it next to us. We go y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now I just need to plug stuff in and solve. My y2 is 6, so I'm going to go 6 minus. My y1 is 4, so 6 minus 4, over x2, which is 4, minus x1, so minus -8, equals 6 minus 4 is 2. And then 4 minus -8, again, subtracting a negative is like saying we're adding. So 4 plus 8 is 12. 2 over 12 can be simplified down to 1 over 6. Now on this one, we've not learned how to find our y-intercept yet without given points or anything. So we are not going to turn this one into an equation. We just have to find our slope. So our slope on this was 1 over 6. All right, I hope this helps you out a little bit.